Hello, my lovelies. I am here to go over the swords suit of the Voodoo Tarot. The swords and the coins I'm going to be doing a little different than I did in the previous videos. Instead of listing all and any and all attributes um, that were listed in the book, I kind of summed it down into uh, a more easy to swallow version of just like the core things to remember about each card. So, starting with our ace, the Ace of Swords is representing a penetrating awareness, a creative force that brings mental clarity and sharp insights. Now, of course, if it was upside down, it would be the complete opposite of that. It would be like a wandering mind, um, unfocusedness, the inability to find mental clarity. Okay? The Two of Swords is representing internal conflict and a decision needing to be made. It is about feeling stuck between two opposing choices and or viewpoints. And sometimes these opposing energies are inner energies or energies that come from within that we are fighting with. Okay? Our Three of Swords is about suffering. So next we have our Three of Swords, which normally you would see a depiction of three swords going through a heart, but in this deck you have three spikes and a skull. And the Three of Swords is about suffering and loss. It's about heartache, emotional awareness, and heartache that leads to that emotional awareness, working through your problems and dealing with inner pain. Okay? The Four of Swords is calling for us to relax, to stand still, and to uh, become receptive, to heal from any burdens and step back from our burdens and our issues. So this is when this comes up, it's letting you know that yes, you put up a good fight, but it is time to rest now so that you can recuperate and continue the good fight. If it's upside down, the Four of Swords could be representative of someone who is fighting that recuperation and that rest state, which then just leads to burnout. Our Eight of Swords. Sorry, Five of Swords. I don't know where I saw eight. Anyway, Five of Swords is about conflict and defeat, an inner struggle that brings on major shift. And this shift can bring acceptance and clear self understanding. Okay? The Six of Swords is a moment of transition towards a bigger future. Okay? It is a need to leave the past behind and embrace change, a time of spiritual and emotional rejuvenation, new perspectives, and opportunities. We have the Seven of Swords, and this card brings up the consequences of a long conflict. It can represent a time of deception, of manipulation from the self and or other people outside of oneself. It's about watching out for people or situations that seem too good to be true. Okay? The 8 of Swords is about bringing up tensions that may bring forth conflict, fear, worry, or anxiety, a feeling of being trapped or uncertain in a situation. It could represent irrational, baseless fears that are blocking your peace. Okay? Here we have our 9 of Swords, and this is associated with anxiety, restlessness, solitude, mystery, and a personal realization. It's about breaking toxic cycles and traits within ourselves. Okay? These toxic traits are what's blocking our our blocking our blessings, as some would say, or blocking our abundance and our manifestations. Here we have the 10 of Swords, which is about an energy of closure and completeness. It can represent tragedy and suffering. It could represent a peak of suffering in a situation and a push to accept things the way that they are and new dynamics caused by this pain. It is a moving past victimization or the victim mentality. So seeing past the pain and walking away without thinking, hey, this thing did this to me. You aren't the victim in the situation. There is no victim. This is all to shake up your energy and move you forward in your evolution. Okay? So we have next the Doll of Swords. And this card embodies the personality traits of curiosity, intelligence, determination, and analytical mindset, or an analytical mindset, someone with that. Being able to tackle any complication thrown at this person uh, with a this person has a love of knowledge and a want to seek out new ideas. Okay, so this person would be represented by the Doll or Page of Swords. We have the Mumbo of Swords, which would traditionally be the Queen of Swords. And she embodies a person who has the uh, pers- personality traits. That's where I was going with it. She embodies a person who has the personality traits of cleverness and quick intellect, unmovable determination. Uh, she is confident. She is has an ability to overcome challenges and dive into new ideas. In the negative, though, this person can be cold. They can be uh, stuck in their own ways and very distant. Okay, so, and any of these negative aspects would be like if they were upside down. Next, we have the Ogun of Swords, which would be the king. And this person would be represented as having deep intelligence, sternness, decisiveness, and authority. in their decision making. They can be quite eloquent and quick in their judgment. They are usually called to be leaders as people trust their judgment. In the negative, this person could become too strict and make quick decisions that are not for the betterment of those they make decisions for. Uh, and the last one of this suit is going to be the Horse of Swords, which would traditionally be the knight. The Horse of Swords displays as being a person who is direct and straightforward. They are uh, ready to confront all challenges with courage. They have determination. They achieve their goals and take quick action when needed. And our last suit, the suit of coins, will wrap up the rest of this deck and this deck review. So, on to the last suit. The Ace of Coins represents all things real and practical. And when real is mentioned, it's just anything on the physical material realm, okay? A new beginning on the physical realm, the transfer of ideas or ideals to the physical manifestation, new employment opportunities, financial profits, significant purchases, progress and success in one's goals. So that's what this card represents. Two of Coins. The two is about balancing things in your physical life, your wishes, hobbies, your works. It's also about control of your finances. It's about balancing your work life or your work life uh, balance. It's about not overworking and not underworking. It's about um, in the negative, this card could represent someone who is financially irresponsible, lazy, and doesn't want to work for the things that they are trying to achieve. Next, we have the Three of Coins. This card is about positive collaboration and teamwork, a coming together for the greater good or the building of something that's bigger and better. In the negative, it can be about internal conflict when it comes to teamwork, and that internal conflict can destroy the whole project. So, if this card comes up like this, you're going to really need to figure out where the bugs are at in your project situation so that the kinks can be worked out and things can go back to moving smoothly. Next, we have our Four of Coins, and this card shows financial stability. It's got a very Taurus energy, having to do with being comfortable and stable and secure in your finances, but it's also letting you know that the downside of this card is working hard for your finances in abundance, but working too hard, being afraid that you are going to lose your stability when you are in a stable spot. So you in the negative, if this card came up, this card would represent someone who feels that they are not stable or that they are actually unstable in their financial and physical life. It could also represent someone who's holding on to the money or their wealth or their material things too tightly, when these energies are meant to flow. We have the Five of Coins here, and this card is showing some financial hardship or instability in when it comes to income sources or resources in general. So it doesn't have to be income. It could be like you may not have proper housing, you may not have proper uh, amount of food, things of that sort. But this card represents the lack of resources, and it also represents feeling as if you don't know where to go for those resources and who you can depend on to help you with those resources. It could represent also someone who is too prideful to ask for those resources when needed. Okay? Next, we have the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is showing an ability to give back and help others who are in hard times, to be charitable, and to remember that wealth isn't always money. It could be love, kindness, support, or just sharing of one's resources. So this card is representing where in the five you didn't have enough, in the six you can now be the person to help the person who's in the Five of Coins situation. Okay. Next we have the Seven of Coins, and the Seven of Coins represents progress in your prosperity, the need for patience and hard work, the need to avoid shortcuts and gaining what you want or need. This card reminds us to plan for the future and to take the steps to manifest what we want. Of course, if that was in the transverse or upside down, it would represent all of those negative aspects, meaning someone who's cutting corners, someone who feels like things need to be handed out to them instead of just earning things through their own sweat and blood and tears and working through to actually get what they are trying to achieve. So that is going to be the Seven of Coins. The Eight of Coins is about dedication and focus, hard work. Uh, it is a card that brings with it a sense of balance and stability. You need to channel your resources and meet your goals. It is reminding us to keep our balance so that we can not become over absorbed by our work and goals and get burned out. So even though it is very important for this card to let us know that we need to have that hard work and that dedication, we also need to remember not to let that hard work and dedication drive us into an unhealthy state in which we do not find that balance that we saw in the Two of Coins. The Nine of Coins is showing financial security, fulfillment, and being able to bask in one's successes, to fully embrace all of the resources that are available to us through our own hard work. It also could be a success that we reached in its peak. Okay. So, in the negative, this card speaks of the person who is so scared of losing their success or their resources that they hold on to it too tightly, and kind of like Scrooge and uh, the miserly uh, figure in the Christmas Carol, where he had so much but wouldn't give just a little to those in need, and then finally found out that he was in the wrong and needed to be able to help out, and that's why he had so many resources. In the end, he, with all the ghosts and stuff, he gets better. But that is what that card is about: being able to enjoy the successes you have, but remember that you don't need to just hide in your successes. Okay? And we have the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins is where you reach the peak of your material successes, you hit financial goals, and where you want to be when it comes to your idea of home and family. You get to reap the rewards of all your hard work, but remember to stay balanced and not let your success get to your head. Remember to stay humble. Okay, so that's our lesson for that card. The doll of coins, which would be the page traditionally, embodies a youthful, creative, intuitive, and possibly naive person with great ambition. This person is very energetic and may get stuck in the thought process of their ambitions without the steps to make things possible. Our Mambo of coins would be our Queen of Coins, and she represents wisdom when it comes to physical property, financial stability, health, wealth, and physical abundance. But her downfall is the tendency or ability to become overly frugal or prudent towards sharing or spending her wealth by holding it too closely. Another downfall is that is an over-attachment to money and material things. She is responsible when it comes to her assets and financial wealth and takes that seriously. But she needs to remember to be nurturing and to let things grow through kindness and care. Our Ogun of coins, which would be our king, he has the authority, prosperity, and financial knowing. The He is responsible and would be a successful entrepreneur. He encourages you to be strategic with your material resources, money management, and his downfall is consumerism and overspending. So this would be someone who is spending as much as they are bringing in, if not more. He reminds us to not lose ourselves in the pursuit for money and material things. And lastly, in this beautiful deck and this series of deep dive within this deck is the Horse of Coins, which represents the Knight of Coins. She is an ambitious spirit who has large amounts of energy that she uses to manifest in the physical realm. She brings new endeavors with clear goals and unknockable, unknockable determination. She can be stubborn, but has a lot of intuitive drive, intuition and drive. Her downfall is that she can be impulsive. And with that, I encourage you to, even though this is not sponsored, I encourage you to, if you feel the need, Go and get this deck and let the ancestors speak through it for you, as I will be. Thank you again for visiting my channel. You can find me on Instagram, Lemon8, TikTok until it's over, Facebook, and here and on my Etsy shop, all under the name Ayuri Sacred Readings. If you would like a reading, a personal reading for yourself, visit my Etsy shop. I will put the link in the description. And until I see you again, bye, my lovelies.